In modern conflict, the old rules are being totally rewritten. It's not really about who has the most expensive weapons anymore. It's about who has the smartest strategy. So, let's dive right in.
Right, this is the central puzzle, isn't it? How could a nation that's basically cut off from the rest of the world, facing a technological Goliath, not only survive a fight, but actually push back? You have to wonder, what did all the supercomputers and military strategists miss in their models? And this quote just nails it. It perfectly captures this new dynamic. See, it's not about achieving some big, conventional victory anymore. It's all about creating a stalemate that is so costly, so draining for the stronger power, that the very meaning of winning just starts to fall apart. And the secret to this new strategy? Well, it isn't just found on the battlefield. No, it's found on the balance sheet. This is really the heart of asymmetric warfare. A weaker power avoids that direct head-on fight, and instead, it exploits the other side's economic and strategic weak spots. It's literally a war fought with calculators just as much as with missiles.
Okay, check this out. This slide shows a completely mind-blowing imbalance. An attacker can launch a wave of drones, each one built for as little as $20,000. But to stop just one of them, a defender might have to fire off a multi-million-dollar interceptor missile. The math is just staggering.
Look at this. That tiny little bar on the left, that's the cost to attack. And that towering bar on the right, that's the cost to defend. The goal here isn't necessarily to destroy every single target. It's to make defense so ridiculously expensive that you basically bankrupt your opponent. And this ratio, 1 to 28, really brings it home. One American defense strategist did the math and figured that for every single dollar an attacker like Iran spends on a drone, the US and its allies might have to spend up to $28 to counter it. Just think about that for a second. A 28 to 1 cost advantage. That's insane. So here's the bottom line. The strategy is to drain the enemy's stockpile dry, to force them to burn through their multi-million-dollar interceptors way faster than they can ever hope to replace them. It's a classic war of attrition, but this time it's aimed squarely at causing an economic collapse. But you might be wondering, where does this whole arsenal of cheap, effective weapons even come from, especially for a nation that's under heavy sanctions? Well, the answer is a combination of decades of strategic planning and a little bit of, shall we say, unexpected luck. Yeah, this didn't just happen overnight. It actually started way back in the 80s, born out of pure necessity. But the real game changer? That came in 2011, when one of America's most advanced, most secret stealth drones just fell out of the sky, largely intact, right into Iranian hands. So here's their playbook. It's pretty straightforward. Instead of trying to invent everything from scratch, they capture, they deconstruct, and then they replicate. That one captured drone became the blueprint for an entire family of domestically produced drones, including that infamous Shahed 136. And to protect this hard-won arsenal, Iran didn't just build conventional bases. Oh no, they went underground. They literally carved out entire missile cities deep inside mountains. We're talking vast networks of tunnels with missiles sitting ready on their launch platforms, totally safe from satellite eyes and, crucially, from a first strike. Okay, so you've got a cheap, mass-produced arsenal that's hidden away in these untouchable bases. The next question is, how do you actually use it to defeat what is arguably the most sophisticated air defense network ever created? First, you have to understand the shield itself. It's this incredible multi-layered system. You've got the high-flying aero missiles, the famous Iron Dome for shorter-range stuff, and it's all coordinated and backed up by powerful American systems like THAAD. On paper, it's designed to be absolutely impenetrable. The counter strategy, though, is deceptively simple. You don't try to poke holes in the shield one layer at a time. No, you attack all of them, all at the same time. You just create absolute chaos. And here's how it works. You launch what's called a mixed swarm. You send in the slow, cheap drones first to act as bait. Then come the cruise missiles, and finally, the super-fast ballistic missiles. The defense systems get totally bogged down shooting at the cheap decoys, wasting those precious interceptors, while the real threats start to slip through. And at the same time, you're aiming for their eyes, those billion-dollar radar systems that guide the entire network. But of course, just as defenders start to adapt to the swarm, the offense evolves again. And the next leap forward is a type of weapon that could make all of these defensive shields pretty much obsolete. So say hello to the hypersonic missile, and it's not just about the speed. even though traveling at over 5 times the speed of sound is, well, it's incredible. The really crucial part is its maneuverability. It doesn't follow a predictable path like a normal missile. It can actually change course mid-flight. And this isn't just theory. Iran's Fatah 2 missile can supposedly hit speeds of Mach 15. That is almost 20 times faster than a commercial jet. Its ability to maneuver makes it a complete ghost to radar systems, and the simple fact is you can't shoot what you can't reliably track. This kind of tech fundamentally changes the entire balance of power. So, when you put all these pieces together, the economics, the reverse engineering, the swarm tactics, and now this new hypersonic tech, it becomes crystal clear that we are watching a profound shift in the very nature of conflict. And you can bet other nations are taking notes. This right here is the emerging playbook for the 21st century. It's all about cheap, effective weapons you can build in massive numbers. It proves that clever improvisation can seriously level the playing field. And it confirms that bleeding an enemy's treasury can be just as effective as destroying your army. This, right here, is the ultimate takeaway. For decades, the big assumption has always been that technological superiority equals victory. That billion-dollar jets and smart bombs are basically invincible. Well, this new era of warfare is challenging that core idea, head-on. And all of this leaves us with a really critical question. As this kind of technology spreads, as it gets cheaper and easier to make, are we witnessing the beginning of the end for the military superpower? Is the future of warfare going to be one where the clever underdog can always challenge the giant? It's something to think about.